What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna try to stay overnight out here in the winter in my bushcraft shelter that we saw in the last video. So if you remember, I made this shelter out of just sticks, paracord, and leaves. The other week, I actually showed two of my buddies the shelter and they wanted to come out and hang out at it, so we did. And we ended up making these two little walls right here, so it's not as open. The objectives today are to build a fire, cook this steak, and just kind of hang out. But enough talking, let's go get some firewood. Alright, so how we're gonna make this little fire is I'm gonna scrape out some of this snow. Scrape it out, throw it out. The snow is in here a little bit because of this little open area I have. I did a video last year talking about wet wood and how to start a fire with it. You really gotta break it down. The inside of the wood is actually still a little dry. So that's what you want to catch on fire. So you just break down your kindling really small. See, I'm breaking it up and trying to split it really well so the inside of the wood is exposed. So to start it, I also am very lucky to have these really dry leaves that are still in the shelter. Now I actually got a lighter out here today. I know it's making it a little easier, but it's actually almost out of fuel. This fire will smoke for a while because it has to dry out the wood. It's starting to really go now. It's starting to smoke really good. There we go. We're starting to get a little flame. Alright, we've got the fire started. It's going. I'm gonna break up the rest of this. And we're gonna put it in this little hole right here so that it can start melting and drying. Because it's starting to get pretty cozy in here just with this little fire. So the fire's going pretty good. I'm starting to get some good coals going. I got this little porterhouse steak, and once we get a good bed of coals on, I'm gonna get my pan out when we're gonna start cooking this steak. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our skillet out, get it on there. All right, we've got our steak here. I'm actually going to add just a little bit to it, a little bit of pepper. Then we're gonna add a little bit of this jalapeno rub to it, and then I'm gonna smear it into the meat a little bit, rubbing that pepper and the jalapeno rub in there. All right, let's put it on here. There we go. What's gonna help this is I got a little hole right here that I can feed wood into that goes right under the steak. All right, I think our steak is just about done. I'm a little worried I did it a little too overdone, but we're going to set it over here and let it rest for a little bit. So this waterfall here should be just perfect for some natural clean water. Now this should be pretty good water. Very clean from a natural spring out of the hill. So let's try it out. If you really want to be safe about the water that you drink out in the wilderness, you can always boil it. Let's go see how our steak's doing. All right, so our steak is done. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off the bone here. I think I overdid it a little bit. I usually like my steaks medium to medium rare, but while it was cooking real quick, I actually went and got some more firewood. Now there's still a little bit of pink in there, not much. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try. I mean, medium rare, well done. A steak is a steak when you're out here in the cold. Like, look at that. Yeah, it's still pretty juicy, which is actually kind of surprising. What it looks like looking out. I know it might be a little smoky, but yeah, that's what's keeping me warm. I'm trying to dry out my bag a little bit. It got a little wet. Also, my lighter don't work anymore. There we go. Well, you got a fire going. There we go. Nice and cozy. My boots have gotten pretty wet through the walking through all the snow and stuff, so I'm starting to try to smoke them out. So if you haven't noticed, it's starting to get pretty dark, but I can see pretty good because the snow is real reflective and it doesn't seem that dark. But I know the video will be kind of boring if I show you every time I have to restart the fire or add to the fire throughout the night. I'm really just trying to keep the coals and the smoke coming. I don't really need the flame that much. Try to keep this fire going. I got a good stack right outside and a stack over here drying. But I'm gonna just tend to this fire and go to sleep here in a little bit probably. So I will catch y'all in the morning. Do not be deceived. This is not what it looked like all night. Last night wasn't that bad. It was just going out in the middle of the night and getting more wood for it and constantly trying to, you know, thaw it out or dry the wood. That's what would take so long. So I had to keep getting up and going out and getting more wood. Definitely learn that for next time, to over prepare the wood. I mean, I did a little bit, but not to a big extent, you know what I mean? There was a point where I had my boots right here because the wind was coming in and it was blowing all the smoke into my boots. I took my socks off completely and put them in my bag because my socks have gotten a little wet from the boots. But other than that, I just used this paracord right here for a little pillow, and it actually worked pretty good. It's currently like, I think 8:30. My phone's dead. I was on it a good bit last night. Just kind of past time. But you know, I did make sure to get a banana yesterday. I had it in my bag for this morning. That steak I had yesterday really pulled me through, I can tell you that much. And my phone, but battery died really quick with how cold it was. It probably got lowest maybe like 25, 26, 25, 24. I know I checked it on my phone yesterday how cold it would get. But today it's actually getting up to into like, I think 35 to 37. So a lot of the snow is melted. I woke up to a good bit of it melted. But anyway, I think I'm about to head out of here. Go ahead and put out this fire. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one.
I don't need you anymore.